Syracuse head coach Gary Gait. Get an opening statement from coach, and we'll take questions. Coach.
Can't just show up and expect to win. And, I think that was a valuable lesson today. All week I got asked earlier about, Harvard, and I talked a lot about how great a job they've been doing recruiting and that they're very talented, and they certainly proved it today. So, got to give them a credit for not quitting. I think the second game in a row, they made plays when they needed them, and unfortunately we didn't. And we still gave ourselves a chance, coming right down to the end. Our last shot was on an empty net to tie the game, and didn't happen. And we got to find ways to make plays, big plays, both ends of the field, everywhere. We got to develop some of that mental toughness. So we'll go back to working on situational lacrosse, putting pressure on these guys to make good decisions and make plays under pressure. So as coaches, we're gonna press to do that. I know that this group is going to stick together. They're certainly not quitters. It's only February. Got a lot of season left, but you can't really look at it that way either. You gotta look at the next game as a championship opportunity. Every single game you play this year, incredibly important. So we are, we kind of put ourselves in a situation where we need to be successful in the future. We're putting more pressure on ourselves, so we'll see how we do.
Gary, you guys said a season high 15 turnovers. What was it Harvard was doing defensively that rattled you on offense?
I think if you watched it, there wasn't a lot they were doing. We were just making mistakes. Maybe we weren't crisp or sharp enough. We threw a few passes away. We dropped balls. They put a little bit of pressure on, but not a ton. And it looks like we just lost some mental focus on simple catches, passes. Maybe we weren't moving our feet to get the space we needed. Whatever it is, it just looked sloppy.
Coach, what do you feel the reasons were behind Jimmy's struggles in net tonight?
They shot very well. You go back and watch those shots, they were ripping them, and they were hitting corners and pipes, and, we're hitting the goalie right in the chest, and they're stinging the pipe and going in. So it makes it really hard when, teams shoot at a high percentage like they did today. They played well, give them full credit, and we knew they were good. They've been scoring goals on everybody. I think they got held under 10 once last year, and that was it. So we knew they were going to be good.
Coach, in the last couple of minutes, you're down 2, you score, you're down 1. Did you feel like your team had any sense of nervousness, or did you feel like they were a little bit not composed in those final few minutes? And what do you kind of say to them in those final minutes?
Well, we took a shot, wide open shot, and we just didn't score on it. Michael Leo had the opportunities. He thought we don't ever tell anybody, that if we wanted to execute the play, you get an opportunity, you take it. And that's what we were working on. Unfortunately, it was a wide open step down, and the goalie made a great save, 5-hole shot. Telegraphed it a bit, and the goalie came up big and made a huge save. And that's, the way it goes. You hope that goes in, And then you got a tie game, you're back to the face-off X, you know? We didn't do that.
So Harvard seems to have more offensive success as the game went on. What do you think needed to be done defensively?
So what was that the actual question there?
Defensively.
What do you think needed to be done defensively?
You know, it's defense is very, very similar, you know? You can count the mistakes, you know, they were pretty simple, like just a communication breakdown, second slide breakdown. Like I said, they executed at a very high level, and when we made a mistake, they capitalized, you know? We had opportunities to capitalize, and we didn't. So, but I think that the defense, you know, had chances to make some plays, and it's a combination. You got to get some saves as well, and, you know, that combo didn't work today.
Coach, you may not have had a chance in this game if it wasn't for John Mullen at that face-off strike. Just, you talked about how you wanted this game for him to really come out and really develop as a leader. Just what you can say about his effort today.
I thought he was outstanding, you know. Certainly a bright spot in today's game was dominance at the X, and we didn't take advantage of it. So we'll work on it, get better at taking advantage of those possessions, and hope he can continue playing at that high level.
How much of it is this a moment for you guys to, I guess, look in the mirror and kind of see, I guess, what you're made of? You have a lot of tests the rest of the year. Like, how much of it does it boil down to?
Well, you know, the Maryland loss was, you know, kind of like, okay, Maryland's good. They're a Final Four team, you know. I can understand, you know, we didn't make the plays. You lose that one. They're one of the best teams in the country year in, year out. Today is, you know, a little different. This is a team that's been building and improving over the last couple of years under Coach Byrne, and you know, we just need to focus on what we need to do in the future and take care of our business. And these guys, they're going to step up and they're going to make plays, and we'll come together. I know that.
Coach, after the Vermont game, you talked about how, you know, after the first quarter, 6-0 lead, the team got a little bit complacent, comfortable, and started to play under cruise control. And the same thing kind of happens today, 5-goal lead. So obviously, you want the lesson to sink in, you know, the first time it happens. But you know, where can it go moving forward? You know, especially after a loss like this, to try and sink in that lesson.
Well, I think they need to understand how important each possession is, and that mistakes compound, and we got to limit our mistakes. And you know, we made mistakes, they capitalize. We made a mistake, they capitalize. So, you know, we got to understand that and play complementary lacrosse where, okay, we're not getting a lot of stops on the D end. We need longer possessions on the O end. And we talked about it this game, you know, like, we can get a shot anytime, but let's get at the end of shot clocks, make them play defense, and we'll still get scoring opportunities. So we got to do a better job of that, and really trying to slow other teams down as well.
Coach, Luke Roa was out today, and Bert Whistle exited early. So do you have an injury update on them and how they're doing?
I believe Rose day-to-day, and Bert Whistle, I don't know what the story is yet. I haven't had a chance to meet with my medical staff to review that.
Coach, how do you just get your biggest players to rise to the occasion in games like this? You know, just looking around, you got a lot of good goals from some of your guys, and then some of your guys you just didn't get today. How do you get, you know, some of your biggest guys to rise to the occasion?
You need everybody to rise to the occasion. I think that's the difference. You know, I look down the goal sheet, and you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goal scorers today. Normally we're, you know, 9, 10 goal scorers, right? And then, you know, I look down their side. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goal scorers, right? So you got to do it as a team. So I don't think we're gonna. You can't rely on 4 or 5 players. You got to really have everybody step up. So I think that's super important.
Coach, was there a particular reason that stood out to you the most as to why you guys weren't able to continue pouring away like past the first quarter?
I thought it was just unforced errors, like turnovers on the offensive end. We kept, in that third quarter, we kept giving them the ball back. We're dominating the face-off. That's your opportunity. Get the ball, go down, make a play, take care of business, go do it again. And we kept giving them the ball on, not necessarily on saves. Some were saves, hitting the goalie in the chest, turning, shooting. And others were just on missed passes. So you gotta limit those mistakes. Gotta play with more confidence.
Got two more first we'll go
Coach, when you pull Jimmy McCool, what goes into making a decision like that when you have a sophomore who, virtually not much experience, number 15 in the number 15 team, playing against the number 15 team in the country? How do you make that decision and justify it with yourself and your team?
Oh, I think it's easy. You're trying to change momentum. We're getting scored on. We lost the lead. We were up big, and it's not necessarily that. Sometimes a change. We've had the situation ourselves when the goalie's gone out early. We play a team, the backup gets in, and they play outstanding and change the game. So I think it was, talking to our coach Aquaviva, just trying to get, he had 10 goals against, 5 saves when we made the decision, hoping that Michael Ippoliti would be a little spark and help us, turn it back on type thing. So.
Going off of that question, will there be a starting competition for who's in net going forward?
No, Jimmy's our starter, and I'm sure he would like a chance to get back in there and prove he's better than that. And he's a great kid and a good leader, and he's going to get that opportunity.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.